What have you been arrested for?
Apparently for obstructing the highway, but I was walking across the road and I was trying to speak to the guy. The truck driver stopped to speak to me and I asked him what did he have and he was responsive.
As soon as the police came, she moved, she didn't stay in the front.
Yes, but can you put in my pocket? Can I have my book, please? Can I get my book?
Where is it?
I would like to read. It's in my phone. Sam, can you get my book? It's in my black bag.
Are you free to make your way to the Premier Inn? Pick one female for obstruction.
Why have you been here this week?
Pardon?
Why have you been here this week?
I've been here because my father's Palestinian and my mother is Iraqi. My father was expelled from Palestine with brutal force by the Israeli regime. My family in Iraq have suffered for over a decade under what this government has done to them. 1 million civilians were killed in Iraq. Israel has continued to oppress Palestinians for decades. They've continued to violate international law. And we're here to defend international law and defend human rights. Palestinians in Gaza are living in what's worse than an open-air prison. David Cameron himself described it as an open-air prison, but it is worse than an open-air prison. They have limited access to food. They can't get clean water. And they fear every single day they're going to get bombarded. Drones are surveilling them constantly, and at any moment those drones could turn into weapons, and they have to live through that. They can't leave. Israel is preventing their freedom of movement, a violation of international law.
Did you know that Israel is one of the premier partners of the
Yes,
Executive
I was fully
Centre?
aware that Elbit Systems are here and they battle test their weapons on Palestinian civilians. And do you know what that means? The Palestinian civilians in Gaza who are stuck in the world's largest open-air prison, they test their weapons, they will bomb Palestinians in Gaza and then use that as evidence of how great their weapons work and use these arms fairs to market it on an international market. Battle-tested weapons on Palestinian civilians. The majority of the population in Gaza are children. Whatever you can do to us here is nothing compared to what happens to Palestinians every single day. You're going to arrest me, a Palestinian Iraqi who's been in this country and watched what you've done to my people for years and years and years. And I'm trying to stop one truck from selling weapons, from providing weapons for this arms fair, which is going to be used to kill innocent people. And I'm the one treated like a criminal. Who are the real criminals? What are your government doing? They are supplying weapons to Saudi Arabia. They are supplying weapons to Israel. They are supplying weapons to oppressive regimes. They talk about human rights abuses all day long. Why have they not got a single sanction against Saudi Arabia or Israel when they have continued to violate international law? Not a single sanction, yet they continue to support them. We had terrorist attacks here. And what do? They put more police on the streets. But they don't stop funding Saudi Arabia. They don't stop funding Israel, the biggest terrorist states in the world. The ones causing this mess. We're here to protect the community way more than any of you are protecting the community. We are protecting humanity as a whole.
Yeah. Hold on.
True. What do you need? Got something to read?
Yeah.
Telling the truth.
I
Tell you what, you can read the Pice Code again.
Yeah, I know my rights in there. I have access to washing facilities, a pillow and a blanket, and clothes.
You can ask for key every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll put your bag in my car.
I ain't having your chicken korma because you've got no chicken in. You cheap ones.
No. Extend chili is recommended.
In my pocket. We just put it in my pocket.
Don't eat any of the meat dishes.
Read through them.
Read it backwards.
But you know, she wasn't actually obstructing anything. She's on the pavement as soon as you guys came. She completely moved straight away. She
I'm
didn't
just here to
stand in
defend
front
what
of
you've been
anything.
oppressed for decades. Honestly, I hope you're proud of yourself.
She just talked to the guy. The
I'm
guy
just a
stopped
young
to talk to
student
her.
trying to do something good for humankind. And this is the people you're arresting. And you're here to protect us. We don't want you to protect us. We don't need you to protect us. Protect humanity and stop that arms fair. That's what we need.
What we're seeing here this week is mass civil disobedience. It's the only way to get things changed. And we've got all the people that have introduced change into this world. They've had to use disobedience, not serious criminality, but to say no, we're not going to do what the state tells us. If it is illegal to sit in the road, we're going to sit in the road for the greater good and to prevent greater crimes. Crimes like selling torture equipment at a DSEI arms fair 4 years ago. Weighted handcuffs, electric shock treatment was marketed and sold in a building 400 metres over there. And 2 years before that, cluster bomb technology was sold. which is not allowed in the UK, not used by our military, banned in the UN, but sold in London to countries that will happily use it.
I'm taking my phone. It's my pocket. I'm not sure.
So there's a personal cost to the people that get arrested down here, but they're doing it to introduce change.
I think it's still in charge now.
Yeah,
Alright, it's still in charge.
You've got a bus card, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What house are you being arrested under? What are you being arrested for?
Obstructing, well, crossing the road. Crossing the road and having a conversation, right? That's what you're here to do. You need all these police officers to stop people crossing the road.
Beast of power, isn't it?
Which solicitor are you going to call?
Pardon?
Which solicitor will you call?
I'll call Vinelands.
Do you want to get any numbers or anything?
No, you just call Mike, let him know. Yeah, call Vinelands, call Mike, let him know.
Can you give me your full name?
H-E-D-A, last name, middle name,
Are you definitely arrested?
D-A-S-I-L, second I-L, and that's my next name. A, double M,